Hi guys, Chris here from Azon Ultimatum. Got a really quick special video for you here. This is covering or answering a question that I get asked a lot, and it's one of the first things that you'll do if you want to make money with Amazon, and that is pick a good niche. Lots of people have problems with this, so if you're one of those people, this video should hopefully help you. And even if you are okay with picking products, hopefully you'll get some tips from this video that will make the process a little bit easier, a little bit quicker, and of course make more money for you for the sites that you build. Because what we're trying to do with the Kickstart system or the Ultimatum system or whatever course of mine you have, the basics behind all of them work the same. What we're trying to do, to go right back to basics, is pick red hot products. So let me explain first. So and I apologise if you're going through this and you're sort of, you know what you're doing. I know this will be kid glove stuff to you, but for those of you that are watching that are really having trouble with this stuff, the difference between a niche or niche and a product is that a product is just a product. So this Fire phone by Amazon, like a sort of iPhone but called Fire by Amazon, is a product. Of course we know that, but smartphones would be the niche or niche, or if another one would be running shoes. So you can see here on the right hand side, running shoes would be the niche, and then a Nike Air trainer or sneaker would be a product. So what you're looking to do, firstly, following my system, is look for red hot products that are selling really well, and that will give you a niche to center in on. And the way you could do that, you can make it really simple. I'm going to give you some ways to actually do that. The first thing you need to do, so you land on Amazon and you're looking for a product or a niche or you want to build a site. So the first thing we need to do is you start off on this page, and it doesn't help very much. You've got not much going on really on this just the advertisement for their new Fire phone. The first thing I would do is just rest your mouse cursor up here, shop by department, and have a look through the sections: books and Audible, movies, music and games, electronics and computers, home, garden and tools, beauty, health, and so on. I won't read them all. You could also go into the full store directory. But there's two things I want you to do, and you might want a pen and paper to note some of this stuff down if you're having problems with picking niches and products. What you want to do first is just have a glance through, and you don't want to put any science on this or you just want to catch something that catches your eye. So try a section out, because they expand. So electronics and computers spans into TV and video, home audio and theatre, camera, photo and video. And what you also want to do is look here on your Amazon screen. Might look different to mine because it takes your viewing history into account, but you get adverts here. So have a look. I mean, there's an advert straight in front of us, the new Fire phone. That might be worth promoting, although it will be very competitive. But if you have a look at the adverts on the right hand side here, 4K Ultra HD, I remember I've actually recommended that as a niche, so you're looking through. Bose SoundLink Bluetooth speaker, so the niche there is Bluetooth speakers. That might be worth having a look through. And you also want to think about seasons, and we are in the America, that doesn't sound right, but in America and Europe at the minute we're in summer. So Amazon.com, you could start looking at summer stuff, so that's a good one to look at. I've actually picked a niche out here, so I'm gonna show you exactly how I found it, and then I'm gonna go through with you why it's so good, and also how you can pick sneaky little niches that have low competition and give you a lot of money, easy to rank for. So what I did, shop by department, and I went down and thinking about the seasons, summer, I went to home, garden and tools, and I could have gone to any of these, but I just went to patio, lawn and garden. And what you want to do, so once we select an area, so once from the main page, you will notice here, if you have a look on the left hand side of the screen firstly, you will have a look as it narrows down. So now we're talking about generators, grilling and outdoor cooking, mowers and outdoor power equipment, outdoor decor, patio furniture, pool spas and supplies, and so on. And this is key to it, especially when you're starting out, just to give you an idea of how to do it. You want to narrow down not as quickly, as much as possible. So you'd click on these and you'd narrow down. As I say, I've already picked one out, but I'll show you how I did it. Again, same on this page, as you want to look at the sort of things that Amazon is pushing, because it will push stuff that's selling well. Another thing you can look at is you've got here like backyard entertaining, like grills, stuff like that, lawn care, swim season, pools, pool cleaning. In fact, that's sort of linked to the, well, it is linked to the niche I'm going to show you. Leisure and relaxation, like recliners and garden recliners, stuff like that. But down here as well, you've also got it all split into gardening, lawn care, mowers and landscaping. And this is what I recommend you do. You see here, so you could select any of these, but I want you to click on the main, like gardening, outdoor power, pool and spa. So let's click on pool and spa. And you can see it goes down again. So the best way to, or the best thing for you to write down, you want to narrow down as much as possible. And the reason being is you eventually, if you keep narrowing down these niches or these areas, you will get to products. And you want to narrow down until you get really good products. And this is the other reason. And I know I'm sort of, it's a lot to take in, so do take notes. The other reason is, as you narrow down and you start building your site around these products, you can then branch back up. So what I mean by that is, all here, what I've got on this page is all to do with pool and spa supplies. So if I created a site around pool heaters, we can then, once it starts getting sales, we could then add to that site or create another site for heat pumps, and then create another site for timers, and then create another site for pool hoses and maintenance and so on. So you can see how it's all interconnected. So, but initially you want to go right down into a niche. So I'll just show you the one I picked. There's the product. I'll just show you. Here it is. So these are following that exact process. Give it a go. If you have any questions with that process, leave me a comment underneath the video and I'll answer and try and help you. But you want to narrow down. So you can see here on the left hand side, I've narrowed down. This is in the patio, lawn and garden, gardening and lawn care, watering equipment, hose timers, and I picked this at random. So here we are at a product. We've found our way to a product, but how do we tell whether this is worth creating a site over? I will show you. So we're down to the product. This is the sort of checklist that you want to run through once you think you've got a good product. First, you want to keep an eye out for this. #1 bestseller. That's telling you it's a bestseller. There's a couple of things you want to look for. Firstly, for those of you, this is another question I get. Should you worry about prices? No. It's a simple answer, and I will validate that. I will back it up. You don't really want to worry about prices so much. When I'm creating sites, and bear in mind, you could do what you like. You could change it about a bit. If you want to go for high-end products only, that's fine too. Of course it is. But myself, I don't worry too much about price, because if something's $30 and it's selling really well and you're getting a lot of sales, bear in mind your commission with Amazon will go up as you sell more. Now, it's worth checking the affiliate terms and conditions, because I know that a couple of product categories are left out of that sort of sliding scale. But bear in mind, the more you sell, the more your commission goes up. I believe it goes up to 15%. So that's what you're aiming for. And as you get those sites out there and as you make money with Amazon, you should end up, if you keep going with this stuff, on the higher end, so you're getting more money anyway. But to answer that question, you want to do a sort of mix. You want to have a good a good set of low price items and a good set of really high-end stuff, and all the stuff in middle. So as you're building the sites, you could do one site low, second site medium range products, price products, and third site you could do high priced products. But what we're looking at, so let me have a look at this bestseller. Here it is in all of its glory. You want to have a look at the first thing, and you might want to write this down. You want to have a look at the star rating. If it's under 3 stars, I wouldn't say discard it totally, but I'd say be wary, because it's not that good a product. It's getting some bad reviews. Or at least if you're going to build a site around a product with less than 3 stars, I would explain why it's getting less than 3 stars. You want ideally 5 stars, but this looks fine, 4.1 stars. The next thing you want to have a look at is the customer reviews. Now, I don't set this on anything, because you get products that have just launched that might have 1 or 2 or 10 reviews and be really popular and selling well, and I'll show you how you can see in a minute exactly how well it's selling. But as a rule of thumb, when you're creating a site, it should 80 to 100 plus reviews is a good thing to go for. So scrolling down, this is the information. How you validate that it's selling well is by the reviews, and you can see here the reviews. This is the most helpful customer reviews on the left. That's really good. That will help you, and this is another topic entirely. I will do a video on this, but that will help you when you're sort of writing the review, because this will give you actual in-depth information about the product from someone that's used the product. So it's well worth paying attention to, and you can write a more informal review. For the purposes of this video and telling you how to find hot products and niches, we are going to deal with this side. Most recent customer reviews, because this is the thing, and I know I've said this a lot of times, but if people are leaving reviews, not many people will leave reviews. Out of every... Ask yourself this, when you buy something off Amazon, do you go back and leave a review? I mean, I've no doubt some of you do. I think I've left 1 review in the countless products I've bought on Amazon just to try it out. So what it says to us is, 1, it's a bestseller. 2, 19 hours ago, a review. 20 hours ago, a review. 20 hours ago, a review. 22 hours, and so on. It's selling really, really well, because for every one of these reviews, I'm estimating, and of course it's a guess, but I'm estimating you're getting about 100 sales to every one of these reviews. So if you get a site ranked on Google for this product, which is fairly reasonable to do, look at the size of the key phrase: Orbit Sunmate Digital Programmable Timer. I can't say it, a bit of a tongue twister, but you get the point. It's like a long key phrase, and you can get ranked quite quickly, and you've got all these people that are buying. So it will do really, really well for you, and I'll show you now how you can further what we're doing. So you might want to write this down. It's narrowing down. So the first thing you do, Amazon.com, go to the page, select a category, think about seasons, have a look at the ads on Amazon, like on the right hand side, the banner ads and so on. Don't overthink it, just go into a category, see what the bestseller is, make sure you narrow down, as I showed you. You might want to watch the video again. You want to narrow right down into a niche and make sure that you get a really red hot product. And then you want to go to the reviews. If these are, instead of published 19 hours ago, if they're like published 3-4 weeks ago, 1 week ago, you might want to go back through and pick another product. And that way you know that when you start investing your time in building a site, building the content, that you've got a really, really hot product, and that's the key to it, okay? I'll show you how you can further validate that. So let's go up again. You can further validate it by going to google.com/trends, and trends will allow you to see any term that you want and how many people are typing in that phrase. I've typed in faucet timer, which is a sort of bit of an odd phrase, but it will allow you to see more general phrases and who's typing it in. Now bear in mind, it doesn't mean 100 searches when you get that 100. It means popularity of the search phrase. So 100 being the most popular. So you can see here, faucet hose timer, 100. Orbit faucet timer, which this is indeed Orbit, it's saying the make, 100. Water timer, water faucet timer, so you can get different key phrases. And you can also see it's got the top results and it's also got rising, which means popular. These aren't different, but it means sometimes you get different phrases here, and it's showing you phrases that are becoming popular. You can also further validate it, so you're looking for a good hundreds and to write down the top keywords there. And then you can further validate it by going to the Google AdWords keyword tool, and I typed in more of a general phrase here. I've typed in watering timers, and you can see here, garden watering systems, hose. This is another interesting thing I'll show you. Garden water timers, garden water timer. So of course what you're looking for here is, if you purchase a domain today, gardenwatertimerreviews.com or something close to it, you've got a red hot niche here. And you can also see that not only is this product very, very popular, but you can also see another one called the Hose Lock Water Timer, and I'll show you that. So that's what you do is, and I know I'm rushing about here, but what you do is the Hose Lock Water Timer, you search for the product. Hose Lock Water Timer, and there it is. So, you know, you'd put reviews on this, and this one's only got one left in stock. Let's have a look. Not any reviews for this. That, again, doesn't mean discount it. I'll tell you why. Because it's getting that many searches, 540. So if we look on here, Hose Lock Water Timer, Hose Lock Water Timers, well worth putting on the site. You want to stick with the main one though, the Orbit one, but it's something to put on your site. It won't hurt how many products you have on the site, and it's something to put on with your Orbit. So that's how you verify. You verify a niche. You look for other products. I'll just go back here. You can also see the sort of search trends. So here we go. And it hasn't got June, unfortunately, for the thing. But you can see here on Google AdWords, for this phrase, watering timers, last year, July was the most popular month for the searches, obviously with it being summer. So now's the time to build a site. Now's the time to build a site. And this is a super sneaky method. What you can do is build a site now. Really go for it. Get at least 5 pages of content, but I recommend, if you're really going to go for it, get 20 pages of content on there. Really build it up now before July, when it's at the height as this was last year, and you've got all your water timers on the site. Sell it on Flipper as a site and you'll make a lot of money. And that is as simple as it is. I will do another video that shows you how to write content, and you've got ASIN Ultimatum as well. And also, since I've shown you this as well, there's still spaces for the massive site building service. Here, 12 done for you sites. If you're watching this and you like the idea of that and you've taken notes, and that's fantastic, and you're going to go and get on with this stuff and actually do it, well, congratulations, because if you do that, you will be in the top 5% of people that take action, get the sites up and running. But of course, if you lack the technical skills, or you understood this stuff but you still don't know how to do the technical stuff, how to build the sites, let me build them for you. 12 done for you sites. And if you want, and obviously we'll be speaking personally, like through email and Skype, and you've got the coaching as well, if you want, I can make one of your sites this niche as well. And of course, all the sites are unique, all the niches are unique where possible, but I can make them the watering timer, one of your sites, the watering timers. And this is the thing as well. You're getting 12 sites with 5 pages of content on each one, with niches picked exactly like I've shown you, and a little bit of a advantage I've got is I can see which niches sell. So I know which niches sell. So obviously that helps. And the only way you get that knowledge is by doing this stuff, by building hundreds of sites. It is a numbers game. So I've built hundreds of sites and I can see which niches sell, what seasons are best for which niches, and that's what you're getting. So I'll make sure that your 12 sites are in niches and they have products that are really, really red hot. Literally 3 spots left, and once it's gone, it's gone. So I'd love to do that for you, get the sites up and running for you. You've seen how powerful the niche selection is. I'll do another video on the content creation, but if you're waiting and you're sort of thinking, oh, should I, shouldn't I would say get in there quick, because these spots are going to go. And obviously you still see the content creation video anyway. That's another big part of it. Basically the content creation, the SEO. There's certain things I'm doing, and I'll tell you the secret, okay? Here it is. I'm writing for people and not for Google. And I'll explain that in another video. But if you want me to make sure that your sites are really well built, brilliant niches, SEO'd, and will do really, really well on the search engines, grab your spot and I can get started. And remember, you will also get access to, just scroll down, all of these bonuses. So you get the top keywords and access to AZON Kickstart 2014. You don't get a 30-minute Skype call with me. You will get even more. You will get an hour Skype call with me as a special, just a special bonus for you watching this video. And you will also get access to AZON Ultimatum, which is a high-end Amazon course. This isn't a $12 or $7 Warriors special offer. It's a high-end Amazon course where I can spend time with you, and it's actually got the coaching in with the course. Because you see the course, this is the thing, AZON Kickstart and so on, if you follow it, it will make you money. But what people really need, I believe, is a guiding hand or an action plan, or like I'm showing you in these videos, but to actually have someone on hand, myself, where you can ask questions. Am I doing this right? How does this look? I've got this page up and running. Let's go through it together. Get the sites, order your spot. If you're watching this video on YouTube, you can order your spots through the link below. But there's only 3 spots left. Once they're gone, they're gone. And you will also get access to, so you get access to AZON Ultimatum. You get access to an hour's Skype call with me. And you will also get access to a follow-along webinar. And that's where I actually follow along and show you myself building the 12 sites. And the reason I decided to do that is so you can do it with me. Every week, it's sort of like it's a Google Hangout type thing, but every week at set times, I'm going to work out the times so it's the best for all of us, you know, time permitting, because all the different time zones and stuff. But you'll be able to see me build the sites, and this is what I want. I want to show you how to build the sites, but more than that, I want you to copy me. I want you to come along to the webinars, take notes, and do exactly what I've done in the same time that I've done it, and you'll make money and you'll have an Amazon business. But to start you off, let me build you 12 sites, 5 pages on each site, really well picked niches that will sell and make you money, and finally get this stuff so you're building a real business. Okay guys, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have any questions about niche selection or any problems or any ideas, if you need any ideas, do let me know below this video. Leave me a comment and I'll get back to you. And also check out this service, the 12 site service. Just 3 spots open or 3 spots left. Once they're gone, and I have to close the offer. Okay guys, cheers.